This gun is by far the most lethal and versatile weapon in the finals. I'm genuinely shocked that more people don't use it. It got nerfed one time in the beta, and everybody just wrote the gun off entirely. But the thing about this gun is that it's really overpowered outside of its designed use case. They clearly did not intend for this gun to be as good as it is at certain things. So here's a quick preview of what you can expect. So why is the V9S pistol so good? Well, let's start off with the obvious thing that most people know about, and that is this gun has the highest DPS in the game. Up close, nothing will do more damage than this gun. It does 35 damage a shot, and you can shoot it very quickly. Nothing will kill faster outside of the single shot kill weapons. And even those, in some instances, if it takes like 2 shots with a shotgun, it's really not much slower than the V9S, which is crazy to think about. This gun absolutely pumps in terms of raw damage up close. I mean, it's crazy how fast you will delete people with this gun. They can't even really react. It's wild. So most people know about that. What most people don't know about is that this gun also has the highest theoretical DPS with reloads. This gun has the fastest reload in the game with a really large magazine. So if you're just shooting and reloading and shooting and reloading and shooting and reloading, and you're just, putting a lot of damage down range, you're kind of doing some spam poke damage, this gun is incredibly effective at that. This gun is very effective when, it's kind of a sloppy situation. You're missing shots. People are flying around like crazy, and you're just spraying. You're just hosing down the general area. This gun also has the highest damage per second, not just firing in a 1 magazine situation, but it also has the highest damage in the game when you factor in reloads as well. So that's crazy. Number 3, this gun has one of the highest damage per magazines in the game. Now, there are other guns that have really high damage per magazines, notably the LMGs, but they have slow reloads. But also the assault rifles. The AKM also has a high damage per magazine, but the AKM does not fire and shred up close like the V9S. And also, it has a slower reload. This gun not only has the fastest reload in the game, but it also has one of the highest damage per magazines in the game. This gun does the highest damage per second, the highest damage per second with reloads, and has the highest damage per magazine basically in the game outside of LMGs. This gun, just on a sheer mathematical, numerical level, is crazy. If you thought that the V9S having a maximum damage of 35 was the best part about the gun, it's not. The best part about the V9S is the minimum damage. The minimum damage the V9S will do is 22 damage. How much damage does the FCAR do at maximum damage? The FCAR will do a maximum of 22 damage. Meaning that not only will this gun shred everything up close, it will shred everything at a distance, assuming you're hitting your shots. The only time that the FCAR actually beats the V9S is in the 25 to 35 meter range, where it still has its maximum damage, where the V9S has some fall off. That's the only time. There's only one select distance that the V9S gets beaten by the FCAR, and that is assuming you have 100% accuracy. There's an argument to be made that the V9S at mid-range is a little better effectively than it's showing in this clip right here, because you can miss more shots with the V9S per magazine, whereas with the FCAR you need to be pretty on point to get that ideal TTK. But the craziest thing about the V9S is that at beyond 36 meters, it is a more effective long-range gun than the FCAR. That's crazy. And we're just talking about raw numbers. We're not talking about the fact that it has a faster reload, it has a larger magazine, you can be sloppier with it, you can miss more shots, it has an easier recoil pattern. We're not talking about all that. We're just talking about theoretical, hitting 100% of your shots. It does more damage. And in fact, there's situations where the V9S can kill in one magazine at distance where the FCAR can't. And the FCAR is the king of distance. You compare it to the AKM and it's just starting to blow them out of the water. You compare it to the FAMAS, it's really blowing them out of the water. The V9S at distance is just insane. And when you combine the amount of raw damage this gun can do at distance with the spammability of it, with the fast reload, this gun is not only an incredible close range ambush gun, it's also just really versatile in that you can use it at distance to, do poke damage, spam people down. I almost regret making this video because you're going to start seeing more of them in Power Shift if people watch this video, because it's very, very good in Power Shift. People just don't know about it. This gun's incredible. It's one of the best guns in the game. And when you have the amount of raw damage you can do at distance, you start becoming good at things that you don't really expect, like shields. In Power Shift, if there's a bunch of heavies putting shields on the cart, dude, you can just spam them down. You're doing 22 damage a shot, shooting fast as hell with a fast reload, and you're a light, so you're a small target. You can go invisible, dash around. Like, the amount of versatility this gun gives you with the light kit is just crazy. And now on to the gameplay section of the video. Hopefully this will show you my general playstyle with the V9S. I was really hyping up this gun's long-range damage potential, but ideally you still want to take advantage of the gun's strong suit, which is its short-range ambush potential. When you can just kill people before they can even really react to you, it's really crazy. So that's what I'm doing primarily here, but you'll see that every now and then, I'll really show off how good this gun is long-range. So let's talk about some general things with the V9S. One of the biggest hurdles people have with this gun is actually aiming it. This gun has a lot of visual recoil, and the way you want to aim this gun is you don't want to aim at player models. You want to aim slightly below people's health bar, because when you start shooting this gun, it's got such high visual recoil that the sights become useless. But if you are just aiming below players' health bars, that just seems to work better. I see a lot of people complain about the visual recoil for this gun, but if you just treat it like two parallel lines, you're trying to keep the parallel line of the V9S below the parallel line of the health bar just slightly, then you're going to have a lot of success with this gun. And take a look at this TTK, dude. These people just get melted. They cannot react to how fast this gun kills. And take a look at this gun at range. This guy just gets melted by the V9S. And the last thing I want to talk about real quick is the fact that this is a semi-automatic gun. A lot of people struggle with that. On mouse and keyboard, I feel like a lot of people don't struggle with it nearly as much. I think it's just kind of easy to click a mouse quickly compared to a controller. I'm going to be honest, guys. The dirty little secret when it comes to controllers is buy a modded controller. If you're playing with a Walmart controller, it's a massive difference between having a controller with hair triggers, raised joysticks, a higher pull rate, paddles. Like, I hate to say it, but it's kind of pay to win, dude. They balance aim assist around default, standard controllers. And if you have a modded controller with higher joysticks and all of the other, crazy things, it's just OP as fuck. So if you got those hair triggers, man, the V9S is easy to shoot. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and join the Discord. It's free.